For number 5, we have the current in amperes is flowing through, this should be AC current, circuit at time t. So in seconds, the current in amps is equal to 220 sine 60 pi t. The questions are, what is the period, what is the amplitude, and sketch the graph. Okay, so by now we've done a bunch of these. We're going to pick the letters off of our graph. We know A is 220. We know everything except for the variable is B, so B is 60 pi. There's no C and there's no D. C is 0, D is 0. We know how to calculate the period. The period is equal to 2 pi divided by B, so 2 pi over 60 pi. The pi's cancel, and you get a period of 1 over 30. And that's in seconds. So the period is 1/30th of a second. The amplitude is just A, so the amplitude is 220. And then it says sketch the graph. So this sketch should be fairly straightforward because D is our center line, so D is 0, so I'm going to put 0 in the middle of my graph. And the amplitude is 220, so I have to do D plus A for the max and D minus A for my min. So I have to go up to 220, so I'm going to go by maybe 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Nope, I have to go by 50s. 50, 100, 200, this would be 250, so 220 will be right in here. So that will be my max line. And then I'll go down by 50s, minus 100, minus 200, minus 250, and here's my minus 220. Now it says that time has to be greater than 0. That's what this means. T is greater than 0. Well, this is my time axis at the bottom of my graph. So my time has to be greater than 0, so I'm going to start at 0 and I'm going to go up. Now I'm going to choose my axis strategically. My period is 1/30th. So I'm going to go over 8 boxes and call that 1/30th. It's completely fine to set 8 boxes equal to your period when you have the choice. So this would be 2/30ths. Every 8 boxes is a 30th. So I go over another 8 boxes, and this is 3/30ths. And I could simplify those numbers, but I don't really need to. And this is in seconds. Our time is in seconds. So 1/30th of a second, we should see a full sine wave. Now remember, a sine wave is going to start on its middle line. It's going to go over one full period and be ending its first wave, ready to start its second. Halfway between these two, it should cross because it's a sine wave. Halfway between the first two, it should be at its max value. Halfway between the second two, it should be at its min value. Then we can start another one. We're going to go over another 1/30th. Would be finishing another wave. Halfway between these, it would cross. Halfway between these, it would be at its max. Halfway between the second two, it would be at its min. So you can see a full sine wave fits in 1/30th. A full sine wave fits in another 30th. And we could do that, keep going. And this is truly how your electricity comes to your house. And that's the end of that question.